If you are feeling burned out, I have the perfect solution for you. There is a battle going on right now. Guys, there's actually a war going on right now between people and feeling burnt out. This is why people are quitting their jobs in record numbers. They are moving cities. They are getting out of relationships. All this stuff is happening because at some point people start to feel burnt out. So what is burnout? Burnout is where someone feels like they've hit their limit, they just can't keep going anymore, they're fatigued, might be feeling anxious, it just feels like burnout. But what burnout really is emotional exhaustion, all right? It's when someone is emotionally exhausted, that's when they start to feel what people call burnt out. But there is a solution to feeling this way. And believe it or not, it's not dramatic changes, although sometimes that can help. What really causes emotional exhaustion is all the little stuff that adds up, all right? All the little things that you put up with without realizing it, without thinking a lot about it, but it makes a huge difference in your life because of the compound effect. So eventually it adds up and then one day you're just done. You feel burnt out. You may not even know why. So my friend Tom Todoroff, who's an amazing actor and acting coach, calls this a racket. A racket is pretty much anything you put up with in life. It's like the leaky faucet that bothers you a little bit, but not enough to actually do something about it. So you kind of just let it leak in the background and do its little thing, drippity drip, or, it's that cup holder in the car that doesn't quite work right, but you just put up with it because a racket is pretty much anything that you put up with because it's not causing you enough pain that you really want to do something about it, or at least not yet, so you just put up with it, all right? So here's my challenge to you, and I promise if you take this challenge and you start actually doing this and do it once a month, then do it weekly, and then daily. So here's the challenge. It's called Pick a Racket, Quit a Racket. That's right. Pick a racket that you are putting up with right now in your life, fix it, and quit it. So pick a racket and quit a racket, all right? So quit putting up with something that you are putting up with right now because it just isn't bothering you enough. Because here's what it's gonna do. When you pick a racket and you quit it, and if you have an idea what I'm talking about, put it in the comments, share this with the person that you know puts up with a racket. Sometimes these rackets are big deals and sometimes they're small, but the point is it adds up. And when these things happen emotionally, it just exhausts you. You start to feel that fatigue set in. So guys, I want you to fight against this. And it's so simple. Pick a racket, quit a racket. Here's some other examples of what rackets can look like. Let's say your phone has a cracked screen. It's not fully cracked, so you can still kind of use it, but it's annoying in a way where you've just gotten to work around it. If you're working around something, that is a really good sign that it is a racket, all right? So get your phone screen fixed, and all of a sudden, you won't have that kind of low-key stress that you've been feeling in the background without maybe even realizing it, all right? So pick a racket and quit a racket. Maybe it's a roommate. Maybe it's someone that you really don't love living with, but you've just kind of been doing it and it's annoying. You don't really even want to spend a lot of time at your place because you know that you're going to have friction. Find a solution. Get rid of the roommate, find a new place. These are all the kind of rackets that we put up with every day. Some are small, some are big. But the sooner you find these rackets and the sooner you start quitting these rackets, the happier your life is going to be and the less you will have to deal with burnout. Take this advice. Find a racket, quit a racket.